Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming today. We are continuing on our fun week of animals with Miss Jacy. So for those of you that joined us last week, just an FYI, obviously we see Jacy here instead of Wes. So Jacy has taken on our Thursday mornings, and she's got some different things that she'll be doing with you today. I'll let her explain what those are. Jacy, are there any specific materials that folks need today? I can type it in the chat window.
I guess if they want to use a yoga mat, they could.
Okay.
Not necessary, but it might be a little bit more comfortable. But other than that, all I need is them.
Oh, perfect. Well, we love that. So we'll do it. She'll be doing some movement stuff today, some storytelling stuff today, right?
Yep.
And we'll continue on this cool, fun animals adventure. And with that, I give you Jacy. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot. You're welcome to use the chat window. If you have questions for Jacy, you can type them into the chat window, or you can use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. I will be checking that, and then I will pop my little face in and tell Miss Jacy that you have a question for her to answer out loud for you. Okay.
Yes. And Natalie, I'm going to be a little further away from my screen on Thursdays than Wednesdays, so I'm going to need a little bit more help with that chat.
No problem. Got it.
Oscar and Rosa, thank you so much for the reminder. The reason Wes is not here on Thursday mornings is because he's doing the interactive chat on Tuesdays and Thursday afternoon. So if that's something you're interested in, you actually get to see the other campers and talk to them face to face instead of doing like where you just see the counselors. So if that's something you're interested in, Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons.
All right.
All right.
Take it away, Jacy.
I am going to start us off at the farm. This is one of my favorite songs to sing. It is by a man named Pete Seeger. It's been around for a long time. And you are welcome to sing with me and make animal noises with me if you'd like. Sorry, I just got my phone by accident. All right. I had a rooster and the rooster pleased me. I fed my rooster from the green berry tree. My little rooster says cockle-doodle-doo, dee-doodle, 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 dee-doo. I have a horse and the horse pleased me. I fed my horse from the green berry tree. My little horse says, neigh, neigh. My little rooster says, cockle-doodle-doo, dee-doodle, 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 dee-doo. I had a lamb and the lamb pleased me. I fed my lamb from the green berry tree. My little lamb says, baa, baa. My little horse says, neigh, neigh. My little rooster says cockle-doodle-doo, dee-doodle, 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 dee-doo. I had a pig and the pig pleased me. I fed my pig from the green berry tree. My little pig said, my little sheep said, baa, baa. My little horse says, neigh, neigh. My little rooster says, cockle-doodle-doo, dee-doodle, 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 dee-doo. I had a cow and the cow pleased me. I fed my cow from the greenberry tree. My little cow says, moo, moo. My little pig says, my little sheep says, ba, ba. My little horse says, neigh, neigh. My little rooster says, cockle-doodle-doo, dee-doodle, 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 dee-doo. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the farm. All the animals are going to go back. And the farm is going to go away. But before we can visit our next animal, we have to get from the farm to the other animal. Now, that farm that we were on was close to us. This is right where we are on the continent of North America, right by Evanston, and we were at a farm right there. But now we are going to have to travel all the way to the other side of the world, over around here, and we are going to meet a new friend. But to get there, we've got to do some traveling. First, we're going to have to drive. And then we're going to have to take an airplane. After we get out of our airplane, we are going to have to get in a boat. Squeeze everybody on there. And then finally, we're going to have to ride a train. There we go. Can you see that train on the end there? All right. So now we are going to move over to our yoga mat so that we can travel over to our next animal. So the first move we're going to do is the car. Sit with your bottom right on your feet, a tall, happy back. Your shoulders can go up to your ear and back, down your back. And you are going to drive your car. Ooh, look at those birds out the window. Those are some fast birds. Whoa, there they go. All right, we're driving our car. Look, I see Lake Michigan on our way. Fantastic. Drive over to the airport. All right, we got to the airport. Can you be an airplane? You balance and fly across the ocean. We need to get all the way to the other side of the world. Whoa, those clouds are really big. I can't even see the land from there. Whoa, oh, I see the land getting closer. Our airplane must be getting ready to land. And now we need to get on our boat. With your bottom on the ground, see if you can lift your knees up, or if you can even keep them straight. And we are going to ride our boat. Mine has oars, maybe yours has a motor. We're gonna ride our boat across. There are so many fish in this water. I see blue fish and yellow fish. Ooh, that was a big one. Get out of here, here we go. Okay, and now for our last little bit, we are going to take a train. All right. Taking the train for our last little bit. Whoa, we're going so fast, those trees don't even look like trees, they just look like green blur. I wonder what kind of animal we're gonna meet. I am excited. Ah, the train's slowing down. Okay, if you wanna find a seat, I am going to put my glasses on so I can see. Oh, did you notice my Moana boat? Oh, the Moana boat. And The Moana rooster. All right, so we have arrived, and I'm going to introduce you to my friend, Elmer. Elmer is an elephant, but he's not an ordinary elephant. And David McGee is going to tell us about Elmer. Now, if you happen to like this book, there are a whole bunch of other Elmer books where Elmer does different things. This is the first one. There once was a herd of elephants. Elephants young, elephants old, elephants tall and short, fat and thin. All were different, but all were happy, and almost all were the same color. All except Elmer. Elmer was not elephant color. He was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white. It was Elmer who kept the other elephants happy. Their games and jokes were always his idea. If an elephant was laughing, the cause was usually Elmer. But Elmer himself wasn't happy. Who ever heard of a patchwork elephant, he thought. No wonder they laugh at me. One morning, just as the others were waking up, Elmer slipped away. As he walked through the jungle, Elmer met other animals. "Good morning, Elmer," they said. After a long walk, Elmer found what he was looking for, a large bush covered with elephant-colored berries. Elmer caught hold of the bush and shook it until the berries fell on the ground. Then Elmer lay down and rolled over on the berries, this way and that. He picked up bunches of berries and rubbed himself all over until he was covered with berry juice. When he had finished, there wasn't a sign of any yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white. Elmer looked like any other elephant. On his way back through the jungle, Elmer passed the other animals. "Good morning, elephant," they said. When Elmer rejoined the herd, none of the elephants noticed him. He's still being a little silly. As he stood there, Elmer felt that something was wrong. But what? He looked around. Same old jungle, same old blue sky, same old rain cloud, same old elephants. The other elephants were standing absolutely still, silent and serious. Elmer had never seen them so serious before. It made him want to laugh. Finally, he could bear it no longer. He lifted his trunk and at the top of his voice shouted, "Boo!" The other elephants jumped in surprise. Elmer was helpless with laughter. Then the others began to laugh. "Too bad Elmer isn't here to share the fun," they said, laughing harder and harder. And the rain cloud burst. When the rain fell on Elmer, his patchwork started to show again. "Oh, Elmer," gasped an old elephant as Elmer was washed back to normal. "You've played some good jokes, but this has been the biggest laugh of all. What would we do without you?" "We must celebrate this day every year," said another. "The day of Elmer's best joke. All of us elephants will decorate ourselves in his honor," said a third. "And Elmer will decorate himself elephant color." And one day each year, the elephants color themselves yellow or orange or red or pink or purple or blue or green or black or white and have a parade. If you happen to see an elephant in the Elmer's Day Parade who is ordinary elephant color, you will know it must be Elmer. If you are interested, on my Pinterest page, there are different activities that you can do. There's some templates on there where you can make your own Elmer. You can cut tissue paper and cut it out and paste it on there. You can color the squares. There's some different activities you can do with this book on there if you want to take a peek. Okay, so we were in Asia because I assume that Elmer's an Asian elephant since he doesn't have tusks. And this is the continent of Asia on this side. So we need to go travel back to the other side of the world to meet our next animal. Or not quite the other side of the world. We're going to take a stop in between. So we're going to go from Asia all the way over to Africa. Let's see. Sorry about that glare. I don't know if you guys can see on there. There, that's much better. This is the continent of Africa that's made up of a bunch of different countries that speak different languages. They eat different foods. They have different colors of brown and light brown, which some people call white. I like to call it light brown, super dark brown. All live on this huge continent called Africa. And on that continent, there are monkeys. So if you can show me 5 monkeys that are hanging from a tree, and then there's going to be a crocodile that comes. You ready? We know it's a crocodile and not an alligator because crocodiles live on the continent of Africa, not alligators. You ready? 5 little monkeys swinging from a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. In comes Mr. Crocodile, as quiet as can be, and snap! Trying to get that monkey. Oh no, there's 4 on the tree still. 4 little monkeys swinging from a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. In comes Mr. Crocodile, as quiet as can be, and snap! There's 3 still in the tree. 3 little monkeys swinging from a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. In comes Mr. Crocodile, as quiet as can be, and snap! There's like 2 more monkeys left. 2 little monkeys swinging from a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. In comes Mr. Crocodile, as quiet as can be, and snap! Poor little single monkey. 1 little monkey swinging from a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, you can't catch me. In comes Mr. Crocodile, as quiet as can be, and snap! No more monkeys left in the tree. All right, I see you want to hear the big mouth frog joke. We are getting there. We have just a little bit more travel to do before we get there. So we're going to go back to our yoga mat because we've got to go back through the train, back to the boat, back to the airplane, and back to the car. Make our way back around because now we are going to go from the continent of Africa to the continent of South America. All right, so let's go back to our yoga mats so we can get back on that train. All right, back on that train we go. Train seems to be going much slower this time than it was last time. I wonder why that is. Oh, train's slowing down. I wonder why. Oh my goodness, look, there are the monkeys that we just sang about. They moved to a different tree. Hello, monkeys. We'll see you next time. All right, ooh, that train is picking up speed again. Here we go. All right, we're at the water and we need to get into our boat. back to our boat. I still chose oars this time. I need to get a motor for my boat next time. And I'm gonna watch out for that really big fish that we saw last time, because that really scared me. I don't want that big fish by my boat. Oh no, it's coming faster. Thank goodness it's a big fish, but it's a slow one. All right. Get out of our boat and back on the airplane. Let's see. How well can you balance on just one leg? Ooh, you know what? See if you can use the opposite leg that you used the other time. It might be a little trickier, but it's really good for your brain and your body to use both sides. All right, on that airplane. Ooh, look at that beautiful ocean below. Such a clear day, not a cloud in the sky. We can see all the way down there. Okay, we got back to the airport and we need to drive to where our next animal is. Here we go. Oh, this land is very, very hilly. We gotta go up and down these hills to go find this next animal. Okay, we go around this turn and this other turn. Wow, we really are snaking our way around these hills. Okay, here we are. For our very next animal, wide mouth frog. Now, this book is by Keith Falconer, and it's illustrated by Jonathan Lampert. But this story of the big mouth frog is a story that's been told for a long time. Oh no, Emily, I see you're leaving and coming back. Oh, with a new name. Okay, I'm hoping that you don't miss out on this. This is such a fun book. You ready? Hold on. Fell off the mountain. Okay. I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog, shooting out his sticky tongue. As he hopped along, he met a blue feathered bird. I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog. What do you eat, bird? I eat wiggly worms and slugs, replied the bird, snapping his pointy beak. Snap, snap. Next, the wide-mouthed frog met a furry brown mouse. I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog. What do you eat, mouse? I eat crunchy seeds and juicy berries, replied the mouse, wiggling her whiskers. The wide-mouthed frog was still catching flies when he saw a big green alligator. I'm a wide-mouthed frog and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog. What do you eat, alligator? I eat delicious wide-mouthed frogs, replied the alligator, showing his sharp white teeth. The wide-mouthed frog stopped catching flies and gulped. Gulp. Then he puckered his lips and made his mouth as small as possible. Ooh, you don't see many of them around here, do you? He said. And he leapt into the pond with a splash. That is one of my favorite stories. It also makes a really funny joke if you tell it without the pictures. And when the frog talks to all the other people, all the other animals, when the frog talks, you say, I'm a wide-mouthed frog and I eat flies, said the wide-mouthed frog. And then when he gets all the way to the alligator, then you can go, oh, not too many of them around here, are there? Okay, we need to travel back to North America. for our last stop and our last animal. So we are going to move our way back to our mats, and then we're going to end up on our mats at the end of our session. All right. So let me replace the car that fell off the mountain, so you can remember what order we're going to travel in. We got to get back in our car, back in the airplane, back in the boat, and then back in the train. You ready? All right, you got to go back around that windy road, and then the road that goes up and down, and up and down. Oh, there's one more curve. All right, there we go. And now we are going back on the airplane. Airplane's gonna go this direction this time. Let's see if we can balance. Ooh. Ooh, I got a good snack on the airplane today. I got some cookies. That was really nice. Oh, my balance does not work so well on this side. That's when you know you have to practice, when it's not easy. Perfect. All right, let's land our airplanes and get back in our boats. See how high you can take your knees or how straight you can make your legs? And I got myself a motorboat this time. Are you ready? Oh, this is a much faster way to travel. And a lot less work. Okay, and now, oh, I mixed up our plane and our boat, didn't I? Oh wait, no, we're going backwards, sorry. Boat, and now we are ready for the train. Here we go. A little further on our train. We've traveled a lot. I might read a book for a little while we're on our train. Do some investigating about big-mouthed frogs, what kind of animals they eat. Large ones! It's a good thing they have that big mouth. Oh, the train is slowing down. We must be here. Wow, the train left us in the middle of a forest. Wonder what we're gonna do here. What kind of animals are here? I don't really see anything. I think I might go looking for one. I'm gonna go look for an animal. And I'm gonna ask you to go on a bear hunt with me based on the book Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen and illustrated by Helen Axenbury. So I'm gonna need your help. Make a rhythm. Now, when I take you on a bear hunt, my bear hunt might be a little bit different from that book, but it was inspired by that book. And I'm hoping it'll be as fun as that book. Ready? Going on a bear hunt, going on a bear hunt, going to catch a big one, going to catch a big one. Oh no, there is a really, really big river. It is so big that we can't go over it. It is so deep that we can't go under it. We're gonna have to go through it, and we're gonna have to swim. Can you help me swim across that river? Okay, squeeze out your clothes and we're all wet. We'll be okay. We're gonna go find that bear though. Here we go. Going on a bear hunt, going on a bear hunt, going to catch a big one, going to catch a big one. We cannot go any further. There's a tree in front of us. This tree is so wide. We cannot go around it this way. We cannot go around it that way. We're gonna have to climb it and go over and down the other side. Are you ready? Climb that tree. Get up there. And then come back down the other side. Oh my goodness, that was a really big tree. Okay, here we go. Going on a bear hunt, going on a bear hunt, going to catch a big one, going to catch a big one. Oh my goodness. Our journey has already been so hard, and now I see a whole lot of very, very tall grass that is taller than I am. I can't see over it. I definitely can't go under it. And it's too wide to go around it. We're gonna have to go through it. So when we walk through the tall grass, can you stick your hand in there and push open the grass so you can see where you're going? Ready? Get through all the super tall grass. See if you can get to the other side of this field. Wonder what's gonna be on the other side over there. Okay, finally got to the end of that field. Let's keep on walking, see if we can find that bear. Going on a bear hunt, going on a bear hunt, going to catch a big one, going to catch a big one. Oh my goodness, again, something in our way. There's a boulder, a big, giant rock. It is so tall and smooth, there is no way we can climb up it. It is too heavy, we can't move it and we can't go under. We are going to have to go run all the way around the rock. Are you ready? Okay, finally on the other side of that rock, and do you know what shh, do you know what I see? I see the cave. Let's go sneak in there. Are you ready? Go sneak in the cave. Oh, it's so dark in here. Maybe we should have brought a flashlight. I can't really see anything. I just see two shiny eyes, a wet nose, and some white teeth. Oh no! Oh, bear! Quick! Run! Let's go back around the boulder. Go, quick! Run around the boulder. Okay. Now we have to go back through that tall field of grass. Push your way through that tall field of grass. We got to get away from that bear. Here we go. Why did we choose to go follow the bear? All right, we got through the grass. Now we need to go climb back up that tree and back down the other side. Okay, here we go. We're going to that river now. Hop in the river and swim. Come on. Oh, clothes are all wet. Oh, and back home. Safe, but not dry yet. Thank you for joining me on that bear hunt. All right. Let's see. I'm sorry, I've been away from the screen for a little bit. I just wanted to make sure there's no questions. I don't see any questions here. Okay, we do still have a few more minutes. I wanted to play a sound for you. And I'm interested in hearing what you think this sound is supposed to be. Anybody have any guesses what this sound is supposed to be? I'll give you a hint, it is an animal, it's Animal Week. This animal doesn't make a whole lot of different sounds. It's usually just something sounds very similar to this. It is Oscar and Rosa. Oscar and Rosa, the two of you are so good at these animal guessing games. That's awesome. It is, ooh, sorry, you can't quite see it, can you? Sounds a lot like a frog, doesn't it? I like that sound. All right. I am curious what some of your favorite animals are. Natalie's saying that she's liking all the frogs today because frogs are one of her second favorite animal. Let's see. Zoe and Aiden, is that emoji is your favorite animal a cat? And I see Maddie saying hers is a gorilla. Natalie's teasing me. Of course, Natalie's favorite animal is a dog. That was a silly question. I'll give you that. Snakes. Snakes are such cool animals. I like snakes a lot. Let's see, Zoe and Arden. Let me put my glasses on and maybe I can see what that is. Zoe and Aiden, sorry. Tiger, Griffin and Addie, wolf. There's been a lot of wolf talk. Oh, Zoe and Aiden, a duck, of course. Of course, a duck. Emily, frogs are amongst your least favorite? I'm curious. Addie's is a lion. Okay, cool. And snakes. Yeah, I do. I personally really like snakes because I find them to be very interesting. I mean, there's like small snakes, huge snakes. They've been around for a long time. My favorite animal tends to change, but one of mine is a turtle. I really like turtles. They are a sign of wisdom, people say. Emily, wolves are your favorite too? We've been talking a lot about wolves in my family. My 6-year-old daughters are very interested in what the difference between a wolf and a dog is. I don't know, Emily, if you know more information than I do. I just know that they're not the same animal. Different branches on the animal tree, so to speak. But I also am a big dog person. Rosa, you like dolphins and unicorns and camels and lots of chickens. What's that second one? Is that a chick? Oh, and a butterfly. Ooh, speaking of butterflies, oh man. I will try to, if I can get a good video later, I'll post it for you on my Pinterest page. In my backyard, I have a vegetable garden. And earlier this week, when I went to go check my vegetables, I found 2 caterpillars on my carrot plants. So I did a little research to find out what kind of caterpillars they are. And they are, let's see if you can see that, black swallowtail caterpillars. We have 2 of them. And I happened to look out because I discovered, because I don't know how to plant very well, that you can take a carrot that you eat for dinner. You cut the top off of the carrot that used to have the leaves on it. If you put that in water or you plant that, it will grow more leaves and it will grow a white flower. So in my garden, I have some carrots that I grew from seeds that we're hoping will grow into carrots that we can eat. And then we have another part of our garden that has carrots that we've already eaten and we replanted them to grow just flowers and no more carrots. And it worked out perfectly because I was able to take the caterpillar out of the carrots that we were growing to eat and move them to the carrots that are just going to flower. And they've been there for 3 days. And they're getting bigger and bigger. And if we're really lucky, they will form chrysalis in our backyard and we'll get to watch the whole thing. And so if that happens, I will take some pictures and some videos and I'll post it on the Pinterest so you all can see that. See, now there's something really interesting about this caterpillar. And I will find a video and I will post it there too. If you look, let's see, you can see that right at the front, you see where there's kind of like that little orange little bit right there. Now, this caterpillar looks pretty cute right now, but when it gets mad, it has two orange horns grow out of its head and it rears up and tries to get you. When I tried to move the caterpillars, they both got really mad at me. Those horns came up and they let out this really nasty smell in hopes that whoever's trying to eat it won't eat it anymore. But it was so cool. So we are watching those caterpillars. And I even tried to protect them a little bit because I know caterpillars make really, really good young bird food. And I know that they need to eat too, but we were very curious to see what was going to happen with the caterpillars. So I kind of covered them a little bit. We'll see if they'll survive the spring and turn into butterflies. I'll let you all know if we're lucky enough to see that. It was so nice to spend time with you all today. If you have either any other questions or any other suggestions, if there was anything today that you thought that was super fun, or if there's anything else that you'd like to do, feel free to let me know. I can make some adjustments for next week. Maybe a little bit more yoga or some more stories. All right, Emily, are you going? It was nice to have you here. Let's see, what did I miss? I saw something about a snake a second ago. What was it? Oh, I see, Oscar and Rosa. You once had a snake around your neck. Isn't that so cool to have? Because you think, some people think of snakes as being slimy, but they're not. They're actually really smooth. I think it's a really neat feeling to have around your neck. Do you know what kind of snake it was? Just out of curiosity. And then I see that you also foster monarch and black swallowtail caterpillars. That is super cool. My family, we've tried a few times to plant milkweed and it hasn't taken yet. It hasn't grown. The birds will come eat the seeds first, but we're gonna try again. We're gonna try to have a milkweed garden so we can foster the monarch caterpillars also. But we were really lucky because our neighbors, they planted milkweed and they've had 3 monarch caterpillars come through so far. So we've been keeping an eye on their caterpillars, but their caterpillars have been leaving. And we don't quite know why. We don't know if maybe they became bird food or if it's possible that they just moved on and made their chrysalis somewhere else. Maddie, you liked the stories? Okay, I'll make sure to pick some good stories for next week too. Next week's theme is outer space. So I do know one of the books that I have to read is called Moustronaut, a true story about a mouse that went into outer space. Although the story's not exactly true, but it was based on a true story. So that should be a fun one. And I'll see if I can find another really fun space book. You have 3 monarch chrysalises? That is so cool. That's so cool. If you are interested, you can always take a picture and send it in to share with the rest of us. It's not often that we get to see even a picture of a chrysalis that is, in our neighborhood or that a friend of ours has. I think that would be a really neat thing. In case anyone was wondering, one of the differences between moths and butterflies is that moths spin a cocoon. They have silk and they wrap themselves up in a cocoon when they go from a caterpillar to a moth. But butterflies, the outer layer of their body is what turns into the outer layer of the chrysalis. They don't spin cocoon like a moth does. It's one of the differences between the two. Does anybody else know any differences between moths and butterflies? One of them flies during the day usually, and one of them flies during the night usually. I wonder if you can guess which is which. Moths eat Natalie's t-shirts, it's true. Moths can be a little pesky, which I found out when I did my research. Yes, Maddie, moths fly at night and butterflies generally fly during the day. Moths are nocturnal. Awesome. You all have such wonderful animal knowledge. I really enjoy this. If you ever had a chance before or in the future, somebody has 5 chrysalises? Chrysali, maybe? I'm not sure what the plural of chrysalis would be. That is really neat. Please send pictures. This would be so cool. It would be interesting to see if all the butterflies come out of their chrysalis around the same time, or if there's like a big gap between when they come out. That'd be really interesting. Griffin and Addie, one of you said that you can't kill a moth if you catch it, and Emily is curious why, and so am I. If you catch it in your hands, you can't, huh? You know, I've had that experience where I've had a moth in my house and I caught it and I thought, I mean, we generally try to catch bugs and put them back outside. But I've a couple times thought I smushed it and then it just flies away. I wonder if its exoskeleton is really hard. Oscar and Rosa, I like how you know where you learned your information from. Wildcrafts is a really great source of information. I don't watch it so much, but my kids do, and I learn a lot about animals from them, from Wildcrafts. It's also in science and generally in life, it is really good to know where you learned your information. Because if you know where you learned your information, you can go back to learn more. You can investigate more to find out if it's true. And then it also gives you an opportunity to share what you learned and tell people where you learned it so they can learn it from there too. Emily, you watched all of them. Those are really neat. It's a really neat show. I like that show a lot. Awesome. Well, I think I might have to squeeze in some animal chat next week, even though it's Space Week, because I feel like this is very interesting. All right, Emily, are you saying goodbye? See ya. It was so nice to have you today. And everyone, it was so much fun. I really like this little bit of chatting back and forth too, of this little conversation is fun.
Hi, everybody. Me too. You are all so smart. I feel like I learned so much today. And I love frogs so much. I'm so glad you talked so much about frogs today. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll see some of you this afternoon in the interactive camp. You're all welcome to join us if you'd like. If you or your grown-up needs a reminder of what that link is to join the afternoon session, just send me an email and I'll get it to you. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Miss Jacy.
You're welcome. Thank you all. Thank you, Natalie.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have fun this afternoon.